I got double aughts straight up.
Oh, hold on. Is it 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Well, then we should just go. I can do this later.
Sweet.
Just. Were you laying on the button?
Yes.
It was 5. It's now 5:01. You made it.
Oh my God! I'm minutes late. Minutes late. All right, that's okay. It's 5:01.
Couldn't in my watch.
The guy that does the announcements. Here we are. He now has a project.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. Welcome to Weather on the 8s.
We're not to the 8s. It's the 1s. Traffic on the 1s? What are you doing on the 1s?
I think we're on the 2s now. Damon on the 2s.
Damon on the 2s.
Damon on the number 2.
Hey, so in a weird turn of events, since it's been a couple weeks since we've been in here, I want to ask Ted something first.
Oh, no.
And it's about a pizza soccer shirt.
This is just a callback to the last time we were in here.
Yes, because I did ask about it.
Yes, you're like, what do we got going on here?
I did too, didn't I? I did.
It's a soccer shirt for the player pizza, number 11. So I wore that. I
Yeah.
get home, sitting there for a few minutes. I've been wearing that for a little while. Tina says to me, you know what? We don't give Hank and John Green enough credit as they should get. Doesn't matter if you don't know who they are. That's fine.
Gotcha.
The point is, do you know the face that was on my soccer shirt?
I don't. I remember it kind of.
It was John Green!
And she was looking at the shirt?
Yes.
Oh, no. Hey, Mac. I believe your microphone's going to levitate.
No, I've had to fix it the last 4 weeks.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
okay.
You just use this Velcro.
Okay. But no, so that's who was on the shirt.
Yeah, John Green was on the shirt. I'm wearing a shirt with John Green's face on it. And I turned to her and I said, I'm wearing a shirt with John Green's face on it, which has to get, extreme scrutiny. Just staring at it. Like,
Right.
Oh, I didn't recognize him. The same face is
But randomly it came out?
yeah. Was not
Was
not planned at all. And I was like, the same face is on a magnet. It also says pizza. I don't remember the story of how it worked, but John Green and Hank Green they're two brothers. They have a really big YouTube presence. John is a published author, so is Hank.
Okay.
They are relatively famous in their own right. John's books have been optioned for movies. They've made movies of his stuff.
But it's all through notoriety with YouTube and stuff like that?
To be fair, they have a record label. Don't forget to be awesome records. You know where that was? You know where that was headquartered until recently?
No.
Manhattan, Illinois. Look it up.
Really?
Yeah, it's very weird.
Okay.
Hank lives in Montana. John lives in Indy. It's very weird. I don't know. But anyway, the point is that at one point John said something about liking pizza, so they turned his face into Pizza John, which was that face that was on the soccer sweater.
Yeah.
And then
Okay. So
every year they do a thing where you can buy stuff and that the things will go to charity. It's called Pizza Miss. Because I said to you, I bought it last Pizza Miss, and you thought
you did, and I go, "What is that?" I go, "What is that?"
I just walked right through it. Just walked right over it.
Because explaining stuff to me is kind of painful sometimes. Yeah.
Tina knows all this.
Right, and she
Did not recognize the fact that the face on my shirt. In two places, because it's on the shoulder and on the chest emblem.
But randomly, then her thought was, we don't give these guys enough credit. And in real life, that guy is right in front of you on something you bought last Pizza Miss.
I am wearing a shirt that I not only gave him credit for, but money.
Yeah. So by credit, do you mean cash?
Well, it probably was credit that I paid back.
Yeah, but still. So that's where that came from, because you texted me and you're like, hey,
because I was like, there's no way that
I did not put her up to it because I had no idea what it was.
First off, I'd never believe it.
Okay.
I never would have remembered it. It was just so like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
I wear this shirt maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
And one of those days is the day you're like, you know what? These guys.
Yeah.
These two guys do a lot, and we should give them more credit.
You mean like making shirts and taking money? Yeah, they do that. That's pretty crazy. No, I had no idea the backstory. I just know when I asked him last week, I go, so what's this? That's the guy. I'm like, so what do you got going on here? What's this?
I honestly was like, is this for real? This can't be true.
Right.
You can't be asking me, but
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to say,
I mean, just for a second, I'd be less surprised if she was like, you know what? People should really do some stuff about podcasting. You ever thought about that? Like, that wouldn't have surprised me. I would have been like, yeah, it checks out.
You're like, hey, listen, that one wouldn't shock me. The whole pizza shirt thing.
This. We're over 3 years into a podcast. I don't know if you're aware of that.
So in my house, as we've already off film, whatever, we've already discussed my laundry situation. Okay. It still revolves around Chuck. All right.
Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times you're missing shorts and T-shirts and stuff. What's the story on the underbridges? Is he keeping you in clean drawers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I can get it if you're missing it. You're like, oh, yeah, I really wanted that shirt, but I have other shirts.
Yeah.
But if it's like, all right, it's Thursday. I haven't had a clean pair of
yeah, I'm still in Monday's underwear.
Yeah, non-mentionables since I saw the Lord on Sunday.
Right.
We're having a problem.
Yeah, well, and they're holy. So in many more ways than one. But no, so since he's in charge of my laundry, he's also apparently in charge of, so we were in the studio with Dan. We went in and had some fun, right? And we didn't get as much accomplished as we thought we would. And in the term of, we really didn't get much accomplished. But anyway, we were in there and we got to have some fun. And what was weird is I got home that night and my wife had made something for dinner that Chuck wanted. Now, she had saved me a plate. She actually said it's in the microwave, which I'm not a fan of that because I'm not home for hours.
Right.
So how about if we wrap it up?
Apparently your wife fit right in with my in-laws.
Right. Yeah. So it's in the
It
microwave.
goes in the refrigerator.
Right. How about if we put it in the box that keeps it cold instead of the box that heats it up after it's been cold?
I get it. You don't cook a whole pot of chili and then throw the pot in the fridge. You
Right.
let it cool down a little bit so it doesn't warm up everything in your fridge.
Right.
I get that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the meal, presumably everything's already at a room temperature.
So
put it in the fridge.
So I'm going to run you through this scenario real quick. I get home. It's late. I get home that night. I get upstairs. And she goes, hey, did you get the plate out of the microwave? And I go, what plate? I didn't realize when I read the text that she meant she's leaving it there until I walk in the door. Okay. Apparently that's a force field to Chuck. Okay. Don't know how that he went 3-4 hours without having to heat something up. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No idea. No idea. You know, maybe ate around it. Maybe heated it up 3 times and just put his plate on top of it. I don't know.
You got one of those
Yeah.
little cover things?
Yeah.
You
Double decker. Just set it right on top. So anyway, I go, no, I didn't. She goes, I was exhausted. I was tired. I said, you know what? Okay, whatever. I go back down. Chuck's still downstairs. And I take the plate out and he goes, what are you doing? I go, well, I'm wrapping this up. I got to put it in the fridge so it's good for tomorrow. La, la. Anyway, fast forward to the next day.
Go on.
I look forward now to having this food. Okay. Chuck gets up the next morning and I thought he gets up a little later, like comes out of his room. So he was cleaning his room. Comes out a little later and he says, hey, what are you eating? And I go, well, I tell you what, I'm not eating. Because I was eating a bowl of cereal, and I thought about eating what was in the, it was broccoli
right.
and like this cheddar broccoli rice, and it was like a steak, different kind of steak, like flank steak, and this and that. I was like, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to heat it up. Couldn't find a plate. Didn't know where it was. Put it in the fridge myself. Know exactly where I put it.
And it's not like it's a small square container. It's a plate.
It's a plate.
It's not like it's going.
Listen, it's the only plate in my fridge because we don't put plates in the fridge. Okay, we put bowls in the fridge. I went and wrapped this whole thing up with saran wrap, put it in the fridge. And I even got mad because saran wrap's never as wide as a damn plate. So you got to wrap it 2 ways. And I'm like, oh. Here's what I get from him. Okay, I go. He goes, what are you eating? And I go, cereal. And he goes, I said, I'll tell you what I'm not eating. He goes, well, it was delicious. That's what he says. That's how he starts. And he goes, you seem really unenthused about that food. That's the term he used. He goes, last night, you were very frustrated and you seemed very unenthused by that food. I, on the other hand, found it to be awesome. So he ate it.
I would have lost my mind.
So I looked at him and he goes, also, I did notice the lack of any name written on it. That's what he finishes with. Because you know our rule. Our rule
I
is
get that, but let me walk you through it.
Yeah.
Let me Columbo you through this.
Yeah.
Your wife set that aside for you.
Correct. And told everybody don't touch
everyone don't touch it.
Right.
You got up after being tired, walked all the way. I know it's not that far. Walked all the way downstairs, wrapped it up to your satisfaction, put it away for you.
Yeah.
Less than quarter of a day later.
Oh yeah.
The next morning.
We're talking like 8 hours later. It's gone. Yeah.
Quarter day. He has already eaten it.
Yes.
And it removed all evidence.
Correct.
And acted like, he didn't want it.
Yeah, you were unenthused. That was his word. I've never, listen, to call me unenthused about food.
Right.
Okay. I was either really tired or I was given the wrong vibe because I get enthused by food.
I get it. Like, let's say your whole family's ordered a pizza and somehow there's some left over. I get it. It's implausible.
Right.
Say it had.
Right.
No one says anything. You just put the pizza in the fridge.
Yeah.
4 a.m., Chuck eats it. 6 a.m., you come down, it's gone. That's on you.
I'm not surprised.
But
should have beat him.
Your only serving of the dinner.
Yes.
That's what I'm like. It's not even a leftover. It's not it's not like
no, my first.
Yes. This is your serving of the dinner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's my first. Yes. And the thing is now, so the next day at dinner, I was like, oh my God, what are we having? And I looked at him and I go, is that enthused enough? You going to eat my food? You know what I mean? I'm like, what do you want to see?
I would have ridden that for a month.
Oh, yeah. But no, I thought I'd throw that out there because apparently in my house, now we know lack of a name, we get it, but it is so implied when you come back, like you said, my only serving of the food, I came back downstairs. I went through the trouble wrapping it up. I bitched the whole time I was wrapping it up. So I earned that plate of food.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay? I earned that plate of food. And then the next day, it was determined that due to my lack of enthusiasm, I no longer earned that plate of food.
And it wasn't even for lunch next. I mean, he had to know because he unintentionally, maybe unconsciously, he raced you for it.
Oh, no. Not unconsciously. Probably with a big grin on his face. I bet you I was back upstairs in bed. I bet you that plate didn't sit in that fridge. That plastic wrap, I could have just set it in there and never wrapped it. I bet it would have went right back in the microwave. So, but yeah, anyway, in my house, just so we're aware, if you want clean drawers, you got to tote it through Chuck. And if you want your dinner, you have to act enthused about it.
Wow.
Otherwise, you might not get it.
Now, in my house, it's reverse. If I don't eat the leftovers,
Yeah.
the dumpster does.
Correct. I
I'm the
understand.
only one.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, why are you making so much of that?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want it 9 times.
Right. I didn't want it 2 times.
Yeah. I didn't want it at all.
I didn't want it 1 time. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know what, though? I will say, because I grew up in a family with, I had 2 stepbrothers, so we're 6 of us. And between the 4 of us boys, we could eat everybody out of house and home. So my mom, the recipes she made were for, probably 12, 15, 20 people, and we ate them and we had leftovers. So as you get older, I realize your recipes call for these huge, you know what I mean? You don't start doing math down. You're like, oh, look. And then they start bringing it over to your house. Oh, I made this. Look, I made jambalaya. I made too much of it. Of course you did, because you made it for 4 teenage boys. You know what I mean? That's what you made your recipes on. Now, in this instance, there happened to be a limited scope of skirt steak, whatever it was, broccoli, and cheesy rice. And in this instance, I was not enthused enough to earn the right to have said broccoli.
We've been getting, I don't know why. I don't want them. I hate them. Not the prepackaged meals, but the meals where they send you all the ingredients and you have to cook them.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
The portions on that are for 5'2", 101 pound humans. I'm not going to say which side of the fence you sit on.
Yeah, understood. Right.
For tiny people.
Right. Yeah.
We always get one. Like, why am I wasting my time to make food for like? So I know Truman won't eat it, so that's we'll take him out of the equation.
Understood.
For 3 people, I'm making enough food for essentially one large person for 3 people to eat. Just for the end of it, for me to like cook, like set it up, cook it, clean it up, clean everything away, and then be like, well, now I got to make my own dinner. Yeah. I hate them so much.
No, but that's solid. You're right. But they give you everything pre-measured.
Yeah, well, I pull out. So I put them. We got another one today. I came home from. I was walking the dog.
Yeah.
Came home. There's a box in the thing, and you just like I screamed John Green.
Yeah.
That's what I did from across the street. Because I live in a cul-de-sac. There's nothing like I can see my house from the park. I was like, well, leave it. I'm like, it's 30 degrees out. I don't feel like bringing it in.
Right.
So I walk the dog, go downstairs. I do some stuff. I get on the treadmill, do all of that, come upstairs. It is still outside. Of course. So I bring it in, roll it in.
Yeah.
The size of the meat portion, it looked like a deck of cards.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be for like 4 people.
And that's for everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
And I get it. We shouldn't eat that much. But I'm also, why am I paying $9,000 to literally get a whisper of meat? A suggestion.
Right. Here's the deal. I don't know that you're enthusiast. Maybe you're not enthusiastic enough, and they don't send you enough meat.
You know what, though? These are, you know what the special about these foods?
Huh.
They don't have to go to the leftover. They don't have to get the leftover nomenclature.
Right.
The dumpster to get them.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Because if I don't cook them,
yeah,
give it a week, dumpster's getting them.
Dumpster, yeah. Doesn't have to be cooked.
I don't know where they get those vegetables. I don't know where they get everything that was in there. Yeah. Those things go from, those look pretty good to slime real quick.
By the way, I bet you that meat changes colors. Your little meat sliver probably changes colors. So
yeah, it goes different shades of gray. They wrote a book about it once. I didn't read it.
50 Shades of Meat. Yeah. Yeah. So here's where we're at. we're enough about me venting about my life. All right.
We've only done it for 100.
Right. I do want to. I want to promote something.
Sure.
I started a new thing where I have a bucket list of stuff I want to do.
I don't know what my brain stopped listening at list. I just started thinking where I have a bucket.
Yeah.
I just leave it by the bed.
Yeah, I have a bucket list. I want to be a partner at a law firm. Okay. I don't think this is.
At your age,
Yeah.
you want to go to college.
No. I just want to be a partner at a law firm. I don't want to do all the other stuff.
Good, because that's just the first step.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
school after that.
Yeah.
Then there's working at the law firm.
No, I don't
and
wanna-
then there's becoming partner.
Look, I like to argue. I don't need to learn and stuff. I argue. That's what I can do professionally. All right.
Do that in your interview.
Yeah.
I don't like learning stuff.
Yeah.
I just like to argue.
But what's funny is I picture the sign where it says what, huh, and Damon. Okay, so it's Wade, what, Henry, huh, and Damon. I want my first name on the sign. Right. That's what I want. So when you walk in, you honestly have to believe, like, who are you going to have defend
Are
you?
you basically going to be? So you want that so people come in and go, I guess I'll take Damon.
Yeah, right. I don't know that I want the other two guys. First off, I'm going to put a picture of Mac right on the door. They're not going to want him.
I think you should go with your last name. So literally people are like, who, huh, Paracchio. Who, huh, Paracchio. And then you put a phone number on the bottom of the screen and your clients start calling.
It'll be like high school all over again. What? Huh? Paracchio? Really? Huh? What? Huh?
Have you had your plate stolen from you as soon as it came out of the microwave?
Yeah.
Call who, huh, Paracchio.
Have you been told you're not enthused enough to have skirt steak? Call Paracchio.
Are you wearing Monday's drawers on Thursday?
Gross.
Okay, first off, don't
Mac
judge me.
just got to the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the podcast. But anyway, that's not my bucket list. I want to be a partner at a law firm.
We discussed this also off mic earlier. River is not the same as Dew.
Well, yeah, but it's close.
I know he's never going to listen to it, but Chad, Casey's Pizza might be okay. Their Diet Mountain Dew equivalent
Yeah.
is not equivalent.
No. Well, Casey's Pizza is delicious.
Chad
It really
and I
is.
have been having slight conversations online again.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're no longer shunned like Janish?
Well, I don't know about that. But he put out his tour thing, and his closest place he's coming is Milwaukee.
I saw that.
And I said, it looks like I get to drive to Wisconsin again. And he's like, oh, no. Hey, Ted, we're coming fall. We'll be in the Chicago area in the fall. And I was like, thanks for responding. I want to be like, thanks for responding to me, but I'm not waiting for fall, man.
Yeah.
Forget about you by then.
Yeah. You won't be funny by then. We're going now. We're going right now. So anyway, if I make attorney, you will eat those words.
Again,
You will eat those words.
all my brain heard is if I make a turd,
Knee. What? Huh? And we're gonna go with Paracchio. You think that's better?
it's your.
I feel like Damon.
It's your implausible.
No, I think
story.
it's what? Huh? And Damon.
What do you want?
Yeah, because you want. Then you immediately your eyes go right. You're like, I want Damon. That's what you want. So anyway,
Well, it's the first time for everything.
or I do it for. I get the first name, so it's Damon. What? Huh?
Yeah,
would be-
I mean both of them.
Yeah, be like, you want who? What? Huh? Huh? Yeah.
Both of them make sense with the scenario you've suggested.
It does check out. Yeah. So you think I'm kind of out of line for wanting to be? I mean, you can want to
I'm
do
not
stuff.
saying
It's bucket list.
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, you're out of line for wanting it without any kind of effort going into it. I have friends that are partners at law firms.
Yeah.
They worked way harder than the both of us.
Do they need a guy like me?
I don't know how good are you at taking out the trash. Put leftovers in it. I could go work there.
First, I was going to say, there's a lot more meat in this trash than there is in my dinner at home. I think I'm going to have some of this. Are you
Ted
all
never
done?
gets meat with his dinner at home.
So let's do a couple fun facts. All right. And I'm going to start with one that I talked about when I came in.
But before we do that,
Yeah.
well, we'll get to it later. Are we going to have a strange story later?
Absolutely.
I'll get to it then.
Okay. So there's a Hall & Oates emergency hotline. Okay. Now, I don't know what constitutes an emergency where you need Hall & Oates.
If there's a man-eater on your tail.
Maybe. But if you dial 719-26-OATES, OATES, it takes you to the Call & Oates service. Okay.
Did you say 719-29 oats?
You know, 26 oats.
26 oats.
Yeah, 719-26
I
oats.
was going to say it 3 times. 719-26 oats. And once again, that's 719-26 oats. Call now. 719-26 oats.
You will not be disappointed. Okay. A computer lady asks you to pick one of the 8 Hall & Oates songs to listen to, then it plays it for you. Look, I don't know what constitutes a Hall & Oates emergency, but I can tell you right now, if you're having a bad day, this is fun.
I can't go for that.
You can't?
No.
Not at all?
No.
How come?
It's one of the lines in their songs.
I can't go. Okay, I got
I can't go for that.
Yeah. But no, I really feel like, and by the way, they used a very old picture of them because they don't look like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, they don't look like that anymore. And apparently, Ted
I brought
told
that
me
up,
they are suing each other.
Yes, they were. Hall
Maybe they need my
is
services.
suing Oates. Maybe they should call the line.
Maybe they should call me. What, huh? And Damon.
Well, give that line a call. Let them know.
Where can I leave a message? I played every song. I can't leave a message.
Sir, please press 1 through 8.
Yeah.
You're just hitting 9.
So anyway, if you get a chance, call 719-26-OATS. Okay?
That's 719-26-OATS.
See how that was? That's professional. I like that. And if they need an attorney, call me. All right, here's the second one. Turtles can breathe through their butts and pee through their mouths.
Yes.
Okay? This is totally awesome. Okay? First off, I have told people before that I have breathed through my butt, but really it's just hot garbage breath. Okay? But I got to think because they eat through their mouth still, right? That's how they eat. I watch them eat like a piece of lettuce. They eat through their mouth. How do they pee through their mouth? Are they like throwing up?
I've never
I need some science.
I need some science. I like how you just skipped over the fact. Like, I tell people I can breathe through my butt. Turns out it's just hot farts. And then you just skipped right over that.
I thought I was being a gentleman because I'm trying to become an attorney. Okay. I don't want a lot of stuff to go against me in a court of law. Isn't that how it goes? Right? The defense rests your honor.
Yeah. That's
Is that what
exactly
I do?
how it works.
Yeah. I've seen Ted too. I know how courtroom stuff goes. That's not supposed to be out. But anyway, they breathe through their butts. So imagine taking air in through your butt. That's how you take it in. How does it get to your lungs? Are your lungs connected to your butt?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're a turtle?
Yeah.
Then what's the shell connected to?
That's all like the shell. It's not like those cartoons where they can come out of their shell.
You know what's weird? That would be so great if they could.
The shell is all part.
Could you imagine me as a kid? How many dead turtles I have in my yard? And they're like, I have taken every one of these out of the shell. None of them act like they were going to win a race.
Yeah, good news, bad news. Found your missing turtle.
Bad news. Shell does not come off. Weird.
This is the 4th time, bro.
Yeah. This is so weird. So anyway, I glossed over the fact of how I do it, but in reality, they breathe through their butt. Again, I can't fathom the fact that their lungs are connected because my lungs are not connected to my butt. You know what I'm saying? I realize I'm not a turtle, but my point is that I don't know. It's an in and an out, right? Because isn't your butt? I'm assuming they're doing other stuff where they breathe, right? I mean, without you're doing stuff where you eat. You're doing stuff where you breathe.
They can it probably has something to do with the fact that sometimes they're on land, sometimes they're underwater. Maybe it's just whatever holes up.
Well, I can tell you when I'm in a pool, okay, the hole that's down, when it breathes, people get mad. I'm just letting you know that right now. So you're not allowed to do that in a pool. So anyway, I'm not a turtle. I understand. You seem like you're having mic problems again.
We're having mic issues.
We're having mic issues.
What I don't get is that I fix this every week. I come in here, someone is taking that off, and it's like.
And it's perfect though. And then all of a sudden you touch it and it's like, it moves.
For a second. It's like,
all right, let's do one more fun fact. And this one I don't fully agree with. The average male spends nearly 43 minutes a day staring at 10 different women. Doesn't that seem wild?
Why?
I don't know. But 43 minutes, 10 different women. So that's 4.3 minutes per woman, right?
What if you only see one woman a day? You just putting new names on her? Is that how that guy wrote Mambo number 5?
I was going to say,
just one woman?
Yeah. A little bit of Monica? No, it's all Monica.
No.
It's all it is. It's all
that's the same
Monica.
woman, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Lou, that's the same.
Yeah, Lou was his name. Lou Vega? Lou Vega, something like that. But 43 minutes a day staring at 10 different women. I don't know that I see 10 different women in a day. I don't know that I would, and if I did, I don't think I average 4.3 minutes.
I'm going to audible your fun fact. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Can we go back to the turtle thing?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Ooh, peanut the mouth.
Do you know why for the longest time there wasn't a Latin name for the sea turtle?
No, why?
Because they couldn't get them back to London because they were too delicious.
Oh.
No one could study them because they would find them over here in the New World. They'd put like 12 on a boat. They'd be like, okay, we're not this time. Not doing it.
Soup.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
They'd get about halfway across the Atlantic. All the turtles are gone.
Yeah.
Ate them every time. They were too delicious to get back to the scientists so the people could name them. The sailors were like, hey, you know what we should name them? Turtleless Delicious Kiss. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they are delicious.
That's a
Now,
true.
I wonder if they had known
Is that a fun fact?
if they
That's a
peed
real
out
thing.
of their mouth. Yeah, I mean, they have one now, but for the longest time, they could not. Also, same thing.
Mhm.
Do you know what is in common between Darwin and Steve Irwin?
No. When?
They had this. They were owners of the same turtle.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I know
It was-
turtles live forever.
Yeah, I think this turtle lived to be 240 some years.
Yeah, there's some that just
So Darwin's turtle eventually went to Steve Irwin.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what killed Steve Irwin?
Probably. Probably. I mean, you can't imagine if a turtle that old farts.
Yeah.
It's probably going to kill you.
Mouth pee.
Yeah.
Mouth pee from a 200-year-old turtle. It's got to be pretty wicked. So, especially if you feed it asparagus. But no, my point would be is so when you're saying
I'm
this,
wondering if Chuck was on that boat. Chuck, we got to get these.
You didn't-
You know what? You really weren't enthusiastic.
yeah, and
about
you,
naming these.
You didn't write your
turtles.
name on them.
Yeah.
I saw no name on those turtles.
They're GD delicious, man.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Chuck, have you seen my eye patches? I put them in the wash like a month ago.
Oh, you need one of those?
Oh, now did I just make these guys pirates?
I'll get on that.
I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
But you know-
yeah, I'm assuming pirates wouldn't have cared to get their turtles back to life.
All the turtles got a peg
I
leg.
know you guys are after us for all kinds of criminal activities. We actually got you a turtle.
Yeah. Hey, how about if we lift some of those charges? By the way, we did not stare at your women for 43 minutes today. You're welcome.
I don't understand that one. Like, what is it?
No, 43 minutes. I don't have 43 minutes in a day that I waste, and I'm sorry. I don't. Let's turn this the other way. You work in an office. There's one woman that works here. Okay, does that mean you have 43 minutes of staring at Brenda all day?
Hey, we're just gonna do this all in once. How about you like that?
How'd you spend your lunch hour? Well, pretty much had to creep out Rhonda. So I just stood over there and looked at her and watched her eat.
Woman's name that ends in duh. I have to be somewhere later.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this right ahead.
Hey, there's two of you. What if you stand side by side and I wrap this up in about 21 and a half minutes? All right. we just knocked this out right now. But yeah, anyway, average male. That's average. So you know what? There's people that do better than that.
Follow up. Who is studying this?
All the same guys that study how ants need crutches and everything else,
I
right?
swear you can get
Yeah.
grant money to do anything if you're studying. Hey, why are you staring at me? It's a study.
Yeah.
Study.
Yeah, it's a study.
Study of men and staring.
I was studying you. I got one more fun fact. All right. The call of void is that feeling when you think for a second about steering into oncoming traffic or jumping off a cliff for no reason, although you'd never do it. I don't know if I've ever thought about this. And I'm a psycho.
Yeah. Mac, let's go to you.
Yeah. Mac?
No.
You ever, never? You ever been driving? You ever been like walking next to someone
I've
and be
never
like, I
thought
could jump
about
off?
pulling into oncoming traffic,
Me neither.
but I've been in like on high buildings and been like, what if I fell off this building? Even though
Really?
the railing is like 4.5 feet. I would have to climb up and over it. I'd be like, what would happen if I fell?
You really thought about that?
And then not saying I'd jump.
Right.
What happened if I fall? Even though it's not physically possible to fall, I'm like, what would happen if I fell?
Okay.
And then you get a passes. You're like, well, that's stupid. You're not falling over this.
Yeah, but then, so that's the call of the void. I don't understand. What's the void? I mean, why would you ever
Like,
think?
like basically this is the probably it's more like a voice in your head kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the darkness. Like do
Yeah.
it, do it.
You know what's weird?
Come to the dark side, you knob.
Yeah. That is a great reference. Great reference. Strange brew. But here's my thing. If I had that little voice in my head, it would be your voice. Because you'd be behind me going, just do it.
Mac, where were we on that?
What?
Nothing. Don't.
Wait,
Mac
can you-
just hands me some equipment as we're leaving.
Yeah, can you put that voice in his head? Hey, you put that chip in him, right? Okay, cool. Now we know where he's at. So, yeah, call of the void. It's a feeling when you think, I think of the Tommy Boy where he goes, every time I just drive down the road, I just want to steer into a bridge embankment. You know what I mean? I've never, ever, ever thought, what happens if this car stops immediately and I do that? I would never, I just don't get it. The whole heights thing, you know how I feel about that. I'm not at heights to where
I mean, I've been up some pretty high places with some ridiculous this doesn't feel safe.
Yeah. But then you
But
gave
I've
it.
never been like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm just like, man, wonder what happened if I did. Like, if I
Okay,
fell,
so you've had
if
that thought then.
No, not because this
Not
seems like,
jump. This
not
says
jump.
jump.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
if I fell from here, not if. Hey,
Right.
let's see what happens.
Well,
Like, no,
first off, the answer is you dead. Okay, that's the answer.
But the thinking is, you don't go from you're at the top to the bottom. In less time it takes to think. Like, what's going to go through your head? The last thing that goes through your head is the payment. I get that.
Right? Yeah.
But what's going to go through your head as you're going down? That's like what would I be thinking about? Like, just like, well, that was fun. We're not.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I never thought about that.
Now that's going to be in his head, Mac.
That's pretty deep.
Well, it depends on how far you're falling.
That's pretty deep. Yeah. I trip off the curb. What were you thinking about, Damon, before you hit the ground? Because we were laughing.
That plate I put in the fridge.
How about a strange story?
All right.
All right, let's do a strange story.
Strange stories. I want to give out a shout out to Macaulay. Reached out the other day. We had a nice conversation. Just asked how I was doing. Actually, it was Nicole wants something from Canada. I said,
yes.
I said, Macaulay, can you get this? And he said, well, have her reach out to me and we'll work it out. I'm like, why do I have to be like, I don't mind being taken out of the middleman, but I'm like, we're already working it out, man. Why do I like,
yeah.
But I literally just sent him, her number to him and I was like, just do what you want.
But at the same time, then you get to take credit for it. It's like, hey, Ted did me a solid.
But also, I was glad to get out. I was glad to get out.
Oh, yeah. In case something goes awry, you don't want to be in the middle of that.
No more part of it. Yeah. I did my thing.
Listen, I facilitated the meeting. That's all that matters. Everything else has to have. Doesn't she want a coin or something with the new king on it, right?
Here's the thing, though, is that she wants it because she has that thing with royalty. A good percentage of Canadians can't stand the royals.
Right.
Because they're just figureheads. They're just puppets over there. They're just on the. They can make some rules. They're on the money. Canada's its own country. It doesn't need to have the royalty of England on their whatever.
And my wife's like, hey, that thing you hate?
That's funny. Yeah.
Send me one.
He's on a $2 coin. So it's the $2 Chuck.
Oh,
which
is
what they used to call which is what they used to call the cheap wine you get at Trader Joe's.
Correct. So they called it $2 Chuck?
Maybe. I mean, they called it for a while the toonie because the $1 coin has a bird on it, the loon. So they called it the loony. Made a $2 coin called it the toonie
because it's $2.
Because Canadians funny. There's nothing serious about it.
Right. Yeah.
The whole country's a joke.
Well,
I just named our $2 toonie.
Yeah. Well, but
I'm saying that because I know he's going to hear it.
By the way, where's our do our drop again? Strange stories.
Strange stories.
He gets 2 because he's hooking up Nicole.
Oh, he gets toonie?
Yeah. So here's our strange story headline. Elderly Welsh couple misses their garden cannon shell that bomb squad detonated. You pick up on that?
So they had a cannon shell in the garden.
Right.
They missed it?
They miss it because the bomb squad
was detonated.
The bomb squad detonated it. So it says people get attached to the strangest things. We can develop an emotional bond with our vehicles, furniture, sports, la la la, you name it. But have you ever heard about pining after an artillery shell? So this must have been in their garden. Well, you're about to. That's what an elderly Welsh couple kept as a decoration in their garden. Jeffrey and Sion Edwards live in the town of Milford Haven in Wales. The piece of unexploded ordnance.
Can I see the name?
What? You don't think it's Sion? Shane?
That I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that one. That's why I said it doesn't go with Jeffrey.
No.
So, excuse me. Still fighting this. Recently, the couple was informed that the munition actually could be live and in theory go off at any moment. They've had this thing in their garden forever. And they're like, hey, you want to know something? That might really be a bomb. Just so you know. The military bomb squad removed the bomb and safely detonated it. So if they detonated it, that must mean it was live, right? Because you don't detonate something that's not live.
Yeah.
How would it explode?
Right.
Unless you force the explosion with your own explosives, right? I don't know. And it says you might think they'd be relieved to get rid of the safety hazard. Yet, their reaction was quite the opposite. If the seniors could have their way, the shell would still be in their yard.
Hey, this could actually take out you and your
There's
yard.
a picture of it. Okay. You can tell it's been there a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been there a long time.
How much power does it have behind it, though?
I don't know. They said they're sad that the poor old thing had to be blown up for public safety. That's really what you... Okay, so my garden...
What? Look at it.
Yeah.
It literally looks just like you could go to a flea market. And pick up a pot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could lay like a terracotta pot sideways, and it would look just like this.
Can you make a bowling ball look like a terracotta pot? Done.
Yeah.
I mean, not a bowling ball, bowling pin.
Bowling pin.
Can you make a bowling pin look like a terracotta pot? Done.
Yeah. Get a little paint, throw it back in there, it'll be fine.
I get it. If I have no idea. Like I'm going to say I'm going to get it if it was a container of your grandmother's ashes. If it was
right.
Nothing else. I have no idea what kind of inanimate object it's making like a wall in your garden. They'd be like, oh man, I really miss that.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a wall. I mean, it's just, you can tell it's sitting in leaves. It's just like, it's like a rock that sits off by itself. So I don't understand the emotional attachment to it other than, well, it's always been there.
Yeah. Did one of them have it in their butt at one point? Like there's no need for this.
Turtles.
By the way,
Turtles might have.
I looked it up. It's Sean.
It's Sean?
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sian?
Yep.
Sean. Okay.
Like it's the female version of SEAN.
Right. I got you.
Scene.
So it says they always assumed it was a training round with no explosive charge. That assumption, however, led to them treating the shell in ways that, in hindsight, were dangerous.
They knew it was a shell?
Yeah.
I would get if someone come up and was like, hey, by the way, did you know that's a thing? You should probably have checked out. The fact they're like, oh, hey,
I assume
we call it Mr. Fitty Fitty. Put it in the yard, see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Mayor McBoom over there in the garden? Oh, no. That's not dangerous.
We've had it for years.
Not dangerous at all.
Happened.
Yeah. Mrs. Edwards would regularly remove soil from her gardening tools by banging them against it.
All right, these two deserve to lose it.
First off, you imagine she's just not hitting the right
That sounds
spot.
like the sweet tang of Mayor McBoom.
All that, however, changed November 29th. A local police officer noticed the shell. Nobody else has ever been in their garden. No one's ever said, hey.
Now it feels a little sus that they're being targeted by the cops.
Right. Someone's had to do something. But so they went ahead and the Ministry of Defense got involved. Fast forward an hour, and the cop informed the couple that the bomb squad would be arriving the next day to dispose of the bomb.
I know it's not Welsh. It's a different type of accent, but I just hope the cop was off of that. What's all this then? Yeah.
And she's over there banging her tools off, and you're like, whoa. Hold on.
What's all this then?
Yeah, hold on. So then here's her quote. We didn't sleep a wink all night. It knocked us for 6. I don't know what that means. Knocked us for 6?
That means like
what is
shock them.
Okay, so that's they're saying. It knocked us for 6.
Like Popeye would say, blow me down.
Yeah,
kind of
okay,
thing.
so they're 77 years old, Mr. Edwards. That's what he told The Guardian, okay?
Wait, they couldn't sleep after the live ammunition was removed?
Right.
We are safer now. Can't sleep. Knocked us for 6.
Well, no, so here's what it is. They'd be arriving the next day. So here's the deal.
Okay.
They've been in this house forever. They bang garden tools off of it. All of a sudden they go, hey, that might blow up. I can't sleep. Okay, now let me explain something to you. After being in the automotive world forever, if you come in to me and you go, I'm leaving on a trip to go to Florida in my car, please look it over. If I look it over and tell you stuff that's wrong with your car, okay, now it's more likely something. If I go, hey, we found this, it's more likely that's going to happen. If you'd have just gotten your car and drove to Florida and not known that, okay, probably would have been fine. Okay, here's the deal. They have no idea, because they're stupid, apparently, that their Mr. Mayor McBoom in their garden is not live round. But once they know that it could be, I can't even sleep.
I hope that it ticked until the police officer said this might blow up, and then the silence. They didn't realize it was silent because they were so used to hearing it, but it went silent, and they're like, something's not right.
You know what would have been
Now
great?
I can't sleep.
What would have been great, though? is if he's telling the old man. Meanwhile, she's over there banging her garden hoe off of it, going, damn it, she can't get the dirt off of it. And he's over there going, hey, that thing might blow up. And she's, I can't get it off of here, you know?
He's over there like in the driveway talking to him, and he's like, what is that noise? Oh, that's Mayor McBoom. He's just cleaning off her tools. I just told you. You didn't tell Sean.
Yeah.
You told me.
She has no idea. She has Scion over there.
I told you because I don't know how to say Sean.
Right. I read her name. I don't even know how to address her. She's Mrs. Edwards. Leave it alone. But it's so it's
well, what's your name? It's SIAN. Okay, can I speak to Mr. Edwards? Because I don't know what that is.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the old couple, even though they couldn't sleep, they wouldn't budge an inch. Quote, I told the bomb disposal unit, we're not leaving the house. We're staying here. If it goes up, we're going up with it, said Mr. Edwards.
This is a piece of trash in their garden.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, it is a piece of garbage that now they're going to miss.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I think you called it right. You cut the head off a bowling pin and just paint it, like a terracotta color, and you lay it in the weeds. I don't even know that's not the difference. Yeah. I don't know.
They should have just done that and not told these old people.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, in the end,
is that David Blaine?
Yeah. What's going on over there
in our neighborhood?
What's going on over there? In the end, the seniors were allowed to stay put while the bomb experts removed the artillery shell. That doesn't seem safe either. So you're going, look, these old people say they're not leaving. Well, we can't make them leave. You kind of can't. Okay, you kind of can't. Because when the house blows up and you go, ooh, we didn't see that coming.
I don't know. I like Wales a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fine.
Wait, you're going to make a bad decision? I support that. You wait right here. And when Mayor McBoom goes McBoom, I'm going to go,
Hey,
told you so. That checks
we're
out.
going to let you stay, but we're going to let Chucky McJiggles over here run the robot. The bottom's full of robots.
Jerry
Jerry Jitters.
He's over there. He's had 18 cups of coffee this morning. This guy cannot sit still. What's he doing? Well, he's the guy working.
We're going to give it to old No Thumbs Norman.
Yeah. He's got it in his mouth.
Just using his feet, his toes.
I don't know that when we hire everybody equally, I don't know if this is a job for the paraplegic guy to come in here and be a part of the bomb squad. All right. And then
maybe the organization should be equal opportunity. Maybe not every job.
So you know what? Then they look at him. They go, "Listen, he wasn't a paraplegic when he started. He's
that's
just
what I was
not
getting
good.
into, yeah.
He's just not good at his job. Okay.
When No Thumbs Norman started, his name was just Norm.
He had thumbs. Okay.
His name was Harold.
He had them. He didn't always have a joystick in his mouth trying to work stuff. I promise you. Okay. So, but it says the test showed the munition was indeed live. Wow. It didn't have a whole lot of explosive material left after these years. Where does that go?
Well, it just degrades. It just doesn't have the same potency.
All right.
It's like, it's like the spices in my mom's cabinet.
I gotcha.
It says paprika. Probably tastes like dust.
Right, yeah. Ooh, sawdust.
Was this always gray?
Yeah, I like that. All your spices are the same color.
Yeah.
This is kind of
could you
weird.
tell?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Usually cayenne pepper is red. I'm just saying.
They haven't sold these in tins since 1974. They come in plastic now, you know that?
It's actually eating the tin away. I've never seen it erode tin away like that.
I didn't know
before.
your mom had a spice museum up here. Oh, no, those are the ones she currently uses.
But the bomb squad had no option but to perform a controlled detonation. So they covered the round with 5 tons of sand and blew it up. Okay. Next headline, an old friend. Although the Edwards yard is no longer in danger of exploding suddenly, the couple isn't particularly happy about that. Listen, you took away all the danger. You imagine that if he's like, my middle name is Danger.
Can you imagine if you tried to take away like their favorite coffee cup?
It's
just a thing that sits in their garden.
These people got to be on hoarders. I don't even
Think
want
of
to
it
see in their
something,
house.
that they drink delicious liquid out of every morning.
Right.
Oh no, can't have that.
Yeah. Instead of something that you just like bang your garden weasel off of, and you go, I got to get all the dirt off of this. So it says they lived on the street Mr. Edwards, who has lived on the street for almost 75 years, recalls that the artillery shell has always been in the yard of the house.
Yeah, it's probably legitimately from a bombing. It's probably from the Blitzkrieg. They came across, it dropped, it was a dud, it landed right, it was still viable, but didn't blow up when it landed.
Right.
Probably landed right there.
Yeah.
Yep, always been there. Actually, I think it showed up around 1943. Well, that's amazing.
This thing has some weird hockey sticks on the side of it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I bet it goes boom. But it says the bomb was a bizarre local fixture and now it's gone. I don't know that everybody thought that way. I really don't. Maybe. I mean, here's the deal.
Maybe this is what, what's great? Like when we went to, when we were in our college house right after that was our junior year, there was a cone outside of a house. No one ever went into that house. No one ever came out. It was like literally the factory that where Wonka made his candy. My buddy LaShawn was like, wouldn't it be funny if they took that cone away and suddenly like 40 people just ran into the house? What if this is that bomb? No one has wanted to live to the left or to the right of the weirdos.
Right.
As soon as the bomb's gone, suddenly condos are going up.
Oh, I like where you're going.
And that's why they were upset about it.
Yeah.
But they're playing as if they're senile old people. They're like, I just don't want these people living next to us.
Yeah.
If you take a bomb away, people are going to live here.
Yeah. We got a bomb. And then, so here's from Mrs. Edwards. It was an old friend. I'm sorry that the poor old thing was blown to pieces. It had no feelings. Okay? It had zero feelings whatsoever.
Yeah, you know who cared about it the least? The bomb.
Yeah. But it says, in a way, the Edwards attachment to artillery shell is understandable. No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Not
No,
in
it's
a way.
not.
Not
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. After all, there's a lot of history behind it. The munition was recovered more than 100 years ago by the previous owner of the house that they live in. At the time, the building was owned by the local Morris family. The Royal Navy used to use the coastal sands of the nearby village for target practice. This is friendly fire.
Wait, oh no! Hey guys!
Hey, it's in your garden. We're fine. We're fine.
All right, we're taking out 25 shells. All right, Johnson. We only blew up 24. Where'd the other one go? Ooh, about that.
It's windy.
It foomed back that way.
It's windy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, it says sometimes old ammunition like the 64-pound shell of our story. 64 pounds.
Oh, dense.
Yeah. Could still be found on the beaches. Oh, I love this name. Pop Morris, who went around delivering lemonade, was going down to Broadhaven with his horse and cart and found the shell. He struggled back up the beach with it. This son of a bitch picked it up and said, "This needs to go in my garden."
He struggled back up the beach with it.
Yeah.
You mentioned the previous sentence. He had a horse and a cart.
Yeah. He put it in the back of his cart.
Okay.
He had a very bouncy 7-mile ride back home.
Can you imagine if that's what...
Do you remember that horse used to have?
Like, you imagine if that's how the legend of the Godfather happened? Where all of a sudden the horse's head just ends up in some guy's house?
Yeah.
And just Pop Morris bringing up a shell from the beach?
So anyway, I found this at the beach, and I thought it would look great in the garden. And here's the deal. We don't have a horse.
All right, everybody. I brought this down from the beach. Don't everyone touch it. You can smack tools against it, but don't get too close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. By the way, this is going to be a very, very, very popular relic, you know. But it says he plonked it upright in the front courtyard, and that's where it remained.
It shall go here.
Considering the cannon's rounds history, we can kind of understand why the Edwards would be so fond of it.
Still no.
No.
Nope.
Yet it's hard to argue that they're a lot safer without their beloved high explosive sitting in the yard.
It is not hard.
Yeah.
You're safer now that you don't have a bomb in your yard.
Yeah.
End of argument.
Yeah.
No notes.
Right. I got to be honest with you. I would love if their last name was MacGyver. Because then I feel like they should have taken care of this themselves. You know what I mean? But like, hey, look, let me diffuse that. We'll keep that.
You know you don't like guns, MacGyver? You got a bomb right in the front yard.
So what do you need? I need a rake. Why? I'm going to bang it against that bomb.
Is that going to help you defuse the bomb? No.
No, I
just want to clean my rake.
I want to clean the garden and I want to bang it off on the. It's pretty easy. It's self-explanatory. So, but to find out that the guy, it didn't land in their yard. The guy picked it up from the beach.
That's even worse.
Traveled it back 7 miles down a bumpy road, and him and his horse didn't perish.
Like if it had landed in the yard and no one had touched it and they bought the house and didn't realize what it was at first, that I buy. That's plausible.
Right.
But old Pop Morris bringing it up the road.
You know what's most weird? His name's Pop, okay? He was real close. Okay, he's real close to being Boom Morris.
Yeah.
Okay? Boom Morris, maybe. We don't read about him.
I mean, Pop goes the Morris.
Yeah. Because Morris goes Pop. You know what was weird? I still picture this guy coming up this bouncy road, and you just hear it, and he gets there and goes, "What's that?" "I don't know. I found it on the beach. Why don't I stand it up right here in the garden and call it a day?" And somebody else, besides old Pop, said, "That's a good idea." You know what I mean?
Your photo, it's down. So you wonder if like over the years of cleaning off garden tools, did it finally just go?
At one point in time, they cleaned it and it fell over, and it was so close to going off, and they had no idea.
Right.
No idea. But anyway.
Hey, this thing started ticking when it fell over. Should we stop? No. No.
What would Pop do? He'd load it back in his horse and buggy and take it down. So 100 years by the previous owner. Anyway, every time that I see anybody say that this is more important, this is a relic, this is an antique, it's a family heirloom. Now, this guy lived in the street for, what'd they say, 75 years?
Yeah.
And he's 77 years old. So apparently he inherited that house. He don't have any money involved here.
No.
Okay, you don't have any money. Hey, listen, I could be a property owner too.
He wasn't two and went, I'm going to go fight my course. I'm going to go find my way. That
Right.
Morris house still for sale?
Yeah. Hey, where old Poppy's house? Is that for sale still?
I presume the horse is dead. Can I get the cart?
That was a negotiation. I throw in the cart. Okay. I'll take the property. I want the bomb. No, it's not a bomb.
I'm taking some stuff. Leave the bomb. This 2-year-old's on
Right.
me.
Yeah.
2-year-old knows
He's
what's
on.
up.
He knows what it is. He knows what it is. He wants Mayor McBoom. So
You think they had to put that in like I don't know how it works. I know how it works here. Like if someone literally took a dump in the upper part of the toilet, you got to put it in the real estate facts in the house.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they have to do that over in Wales? Just totally like leave that out? Live munition in the garden. We'll risk it.
First off,
yeah.
we have to plot that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got the guy out there and he's doing the lines and he's like, that might not be ours.
It's not connected to the house, so it has to go in the contract.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, that's like lawn furniture. Yeah. I want the patio furniture. Yeah. I want the bomb. Okay.
I want the refrigerator. I want the microwave with a plate.
You seem very enthused about this bomb. Yeah. I'm going to throw it in. Yeah. Where can they find us, Dad?
You can find us at thatchecksout.net. All the socials, that checks out. WDT. You know what you won't find? You won't find a plate in the microwave. Chuck ate it. Don't forget that number is
It's 719.
719-26 Oats.
Oats.
TCO has been a That Checks Out Productions. That's backwards. Reverse it. You'll get it right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it again.
We'll fix it in post.
We won't. We've recorded this for you in an audio live podcasting studio.
We got him.
For Damon, I haven't said Max been out there somewhere. We'll get you next time.
I'm doing some invoicing over here. By the way, Damon,
What's that?
pay up.
Did I not pay? Are you kidding me?